it's one of those movies that I don't think got really great circulation and distribution. It's a foreign movie, for as far as I know. I'm probably wrong by this. But great special effects. The acting is really good. The writing is good. And the animatronic and the prop effects are fantastic. It just goes to show, really, the fact that you don't really see all of the werewolves, you know, in the movie. It just goes to show, goes right back to the idea, less is more. Jaws did it really well. I believe the original Pumpkinhead did this really well also. And Dog Soldiers, also a good example. It's not in your face, it's not CG, which is, for one thing, a welcome change, because I mean, everything nowadays is CG, which sucks. But Dog Soldiers, give it a chance. If you can find it on your video shelf somewhere, pick it up, give it a rent, give it a watch, and you'll see how awesome Dog Soldiers is. So today, of course, we're going to be looking at Dog Soldiers the Werewolf, and comes to us from Soda Toys. Now Playing presents. Very much like the Darkman, you see it comes in a very large, almost too large of a package. It's incredibly large. It's the size of a lunchbox. There is a lot in there, and it's quite a large figure, but very large packaging indeed. On the back of the package, just turn this around here. The other figures in this wave for Now Playing Presents Series 3. We've got Doom. We've got Dog Soldiers. Now, there are two versions of Dog Soldiers. I'll give you that in just a minute. There's Legend. There's Pumpkinhead. A mega scale Pumpkinhead. Speaking of Pumpkinhead. And finally, there's the Thing. And it's also funny too that when I originally remember seeing this Thing box set, I could swear to you, I thought it was a McFarlane Movie Maniacs set. Apparently, I was wrong though. It's not. It's Soda Toys. So it just goes to show the level of work that they put into it. The other figures, well, Series 4 coming soon. I'm trying to remember even if did they have it coming a Series 4? I don't remember seeing it. But apparently there is a Leprechaun figure. Who knew? I didn't know. I have to look back and check that out. Reanimator, Jeepers Creepers 2, and a Tremors box set. Oh, I really hope they actually did do a Series 4. I'll pick some of those up. But that is packaging on the werewolf. Now, there is a variant as well. There is a bloodied variant, which I believe was a Towers record. Yeah, Tower Records exclusive. But from I believe a retail end of it, there was also a gray version as well. Now, personally, I actually just re-watched this movie before I shot this review, and enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed the first time I saw it. And the thing is, with these figures, either one you could get, and I think it would be accurate to the movie, because really, at no given point do you really feel you know what color these werewolves are. Sometimes they look brown, sometimes they look gray. Sometimes hard to tell. Now, personally, as a matter of preference, as much as I like the brown werewolf, I think I like the gray one just a little bit more. So that for that reason, I'm actually going to move the brown one out of the way. There's a slight variation, a slight difference in paint, really, in the head and stuff. But I think what I'll do is I'll open up the gray variant, because I think it looks a little cooler. I'm going to open up the gray variant, and what we're going to do, we're going to have a better look at the Dog Soldiers Werewolf. So stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. There's so much more to come. Now that we have the werewolf out of this package, let's look at the very impressive the very perfectly sculpted werewolf from Dog Soldier. Unfortunately, I have to start this review first with a little bad news. Old Butterfingers here, after he finished shooting the package into this review, went to open up the figure, and he slipped out of my hands. Still in the package, or in the clam, the actual case that the figure sits into and take him out of the clamshell. Slipped out of my hands, he fell on the floor, and while I thought everything was fine with the figure when I took him out and put him on display, lo and behold, unfortunately, you'll see here that the pegs, it turns out that the figure was already, I believe, installed in the base that you see here, and I guess he must have come off, and the pegs actually broke off the stand and are still wedged in his feet. Might be a simple fix. I could probably just put some glue on these pegs, and maybe if I can wedge them in, I could probably get the figure pulled back out, or I'll just take some pliers and pull these out. But unfortunately, not a good way to start a review. But it's not a lost cause. The figure is still intact. Oh, I hope it stays like that. But a great looking figure. Great looking figure. Get this turn around here. One thing I love about Dog Soldiers is the fact that these aren't just feral beasts that are attacking the soldiers in the house. They're very much like the military themselves. They work as a collective unit. They establish in the movie, I'm not going to spoil anything because for those who haven't seen it, but I like that in the movie they establish that there is an alpha male. They all kind of work as a team. They're not just these mindless creatures that are just attacking. They attack with purpose. And as you see in the movie, they slowly just keep breaking down the soldiers in the house. But a great movie though, and I gotta say this figure, I think, represents everything that's cool about the movie itself. And really, by looking at this figure, you see more of this werewolf in this figure than I think you do in the actual movie, which I just love. You see a lot of silhouettes. You see a lot of the snout area of the creature. Sometimes you see a bit of the upper torso, but you see just enough of the werewolf that it doesn't look fake. And I think that to me, is where you can take a budget, and you don't have to have $200 million to be spent on a budget. Instead, you're actually taking the time, and for what money you have to work with, you're actually finding the best way to present it